Cincinnati.
This will be interesting.
Oh, start over. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Top Deck Productions. My name is Victor Kurz. I'm sitting here with
Hunter.
Last name, really complicated. Don't worry about it. We're coming at you live from GameSwap Mason, located about 20 miles north of Cincinnati, the heart of competitive Magic in the tri-state area, I would argue. Kind of operating in a bit of a lame duck format right now. A lot of controversy with the new unbans.
Yeah, we'll be talking about those bans a lot throughout the night.
We'll be talking about that a lot throughout the night, but right now we're just
some pretty strong opinions.
Some good old-fashioned modern that we all know and love.
Good old-fashioned modern.
Grishoalbrand versus Affinity.
Two very interactive decks that really love to play with each other.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bit of as Mr. Patrick Sullivan calls it, ships passing in the night.
Affinity is on the play.
Affinity's on the play.
A good start. Affinity probably favored right now.
Yeah.
This is I assume a very coin flip match of game one.
We got 4 permanents on turn 1, and based on his hand, we got 2 more mana sources.
Does he have? He's an Etch champion? That's pretty slow.
He's got an Etch champion, another land, and another land.
So Etch champion is not where you want to be. So Affinity, if you guys know, it usually operates as playing these very cost-efficient, artifacts that just put a lot of artifacts in play really quickly, and then they have a few big threats that put a lot of pressure on your opponent very fast at the end of the game. Etch champion is one of the slower ones.
Really good in the mid-range decks.
Yes, impossible to deal with, not very fast, and not really. Andrew Tefft's deck doesn't have much interaction, especially game 1 in the first place. So playing hard that is good against interaction, not very important.
And
so turn 1,
Mr. Tefft has on his turn 1. Faithless Looting, put the Grishoalbrand into play, so Logan knows what's up. You got to know what's up.
Yeah, well, he might not. It depends if he knows this format well enough.
Well, I would hope he does, but I actually kind of think this is an interesting question. Do you think it's justifiable, because he drew a Signal Pest for the turn, do you think it's justifiable to potentially play the Signal Pest over the Edge Champion? Is it more damage
It's the same pressure, so might as well play the more expensive thing.
That's okay. That's fair. Now, if Andrew Tefft has Agorio's Vengeance, we could be potentially looking at a turn 2 effective kill. I don't think he does.
I think he's passing Charter Course, which is an interesting addition. I didn't know he's playing. He's playing blue Grixis right now. He was playing red-black before, so I'm curious what the new additions for this deck are.
I'm definitely seeing a
lot. Oh, Seer Visions, not. Yeah, I guess that's using an extra card deeper. Okay, that makes sense.
He's looking at a green card. I'm not familiar
Nourishing Shoal and Borborygmos.
Okay.
Which are, neither of those are
reanimation spells.
Yeah, so not
getting
important.
rid of those.
Ooh, was that an Omnimath Locust Mad? Do you know what that card does?
I do not know what that card does. I don't even know what it is. What is it?
Oh, he found the Glorious Vengeance. Okay, honestly, that'll probably be game unless Herbert draws a. It's not necessarily a game. Glorious Vengeance doesn't always win when they go off, but it's very likely. It'll largely depend on if Herbert draws either a Galvanic Blast or a Cranial Blade to speed up the clock a significant portion. The new Glorious Vengeance is not going to be game over, because getting 3 draw steps is way different than 2 draw steps.
Pitching the 2 Charter Courses.
Yeah, not really relevant. So let's see what he draws. This is going to be really important. No, Volsker is not where you want. Yeah,
not looking good. Not looking good.
So
the turn 3 deck looks like it's going to beat the turn 4 deck.
I mean, it's not necessarily. So I'm not Locust of Rage. Let's read this card so everyone knows what it does. I don't think it's going to be relevant in this game, but it's pretty funny. It's in the corner.
They just threw it out
did it?
there.
Nice.
So, landfall, whenever land enters the battlefield you control, put a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token on the battlefield, and whenever him or another elemental you control dies, deal 3 damage to target creature or player. So what is the point of this card? What is its function?
It's 7 mana green card, first of all, so you can exile the Nourishing Shoal.
Okay, alright.
It can be hit by, you can cast Glorious Vengeance on it and through the breach, so it's another good hit with that. If you play a fetch land with that, so you Glorious Vengeance to a fetch land.
That can potentially be problematic for the.
So you can put you can go Glorious Vengeance, fetch land, put 2 5/5s into play. Well, yeah, I mean you need 3 it's 3 bodies a lot of the time, and also it has a last clause, so it falls a fair amount of purposes. The main thing is it hits by Nourishing Shoal and is decent to Glorious Vengeance.
And right now we see Mr. Tefft.
All right, that's probably going to be it.
Has gotten the Gristle Daddy into play, has drawn 7 cards, and has exiled something to Nourishing Shoal.
Do you want to explain the Nourishing Shoal thing?
Worm. Nourishing Shoal, you can choose to discard a green card.
Exile it.
Exile it, excuse me. to cast it, and you will gain life equal to its converted mana cost, correct? Which, how
11.
much is World Spine Worm is
a
11?
convenient 11 mana card.
Yeah, so he gains 11 life, is able to draw more cards, and just kind of run it back again. I think I see another Nourishing Shoal in his hand. I see another green card for sure. But what's his plan now from here to win the game?
His plan now from here to win the game. Okay, I can explain the way this deck wins. So Simian Spirit Guide, not a very fair Magic card.
No, it is not.
Generally, okay, so you got another Nourishing Soul. He's gonna basically draw almost this whole deck here. What you do is, if you don't have a land drop to play, is you use your Simian Spirit Guides, exile them, go more rituals, ritual into Manamorphose, or keep ritualing into a Through the Breach. Through the Breach puts into play a Borborygmos, and now you have like your whole deck in your hand. So you use Borborygmos' ability.
Just start throwing lands,
like
which equal bolts.
And you have like 20 lands in your hand. So
you could also theoretically build up enough mana to maybe just pitch it to a Faithless Looting, and then Goryo's Vengeance.
Usually that's where the Manamorphose comes into play, where you play one or two of those in your deck, because then you can Goryo's Vengeance it easily.
I have seen a Goryo's Vengeance in his hand. I don't know if I've seen any Spirit
He has plenty
guides.
of stuff in his hand.
I just think he's missing the Spirit Guide, unfortunately.
Yeah,
however,
he'll
he's
draw his deck,
continuing to gain 11 life at a time, draw some more cracks.
Once they've done the first Nourishing Soul, it's pretty over. Usually, I would say the question mark if they can win is if they don't draw the Nourishing Soul into World Spine Worm. And if you give them a 14 card instead of 21, it becomes a lot more reasonable for that to be the case. But when he did Nourishing Soul World Spine Worm the first time, it's a very, very low chance for him to fizzle at that point. And the second one is actually a pretty much zero.
And he didn't even play his land yet. So.
Yeah, he also did that too.
So now, I believe we're about to lock it up, lock it in.
It's just elementary at this point.
So
what about games 2 and 3?
So I guess while we're sitting here, while he's finishing this little combo, do you
guys like Modern?
How do you feel?
How do you guys feel about Modern?
How do you feel about these two decks moving into a Jace Bloodbraid Elf universe? How's that sound to you?
I mean, Affinity has never gone away.
So I know a lot of people have said like LSV recently put out a video. He did exactly what we said and won the first game. Pretty elementary.
Logan knows what's
Watson. But a lot of people have been saying that with these new unbannings, a Kolaghan's Command is going to see a heavy uptick, which will then push Affinity down. Do you think there's any validity to that?
Yes, I think I would say Affinity definitely gets worse the more Kolaghan's Command sees play. And on top of that, Affinity doesn't do great against the Snapcaster Bolts decks anyways. Like, there's a lot of cheap interaction, and they put a clock on them already. So, and I think those decks are going to get more popular for sure as Jace gets popular. I mean, Snap is so good in the Jace decks. So, with Kolaghan's Command going up as a good answer to, like, 1-for-1 Jace, and a Snap Bolt decks being better, too. I really think Affinity is probably in the weakest spot it might have ever been in Modern.
Dark times. Dark times.
Yeah, I don't like robots, so. Sorry, robot players. You kind of. I'm not mad. I'm not upset about that.
I'm kind of medium on my playing against Affinity. Like, I would hate to play against Affinity in a very high leverage, important match, like a win-in or something, just because I feel like there's like those 10% of the times they present to you a draw, especially for people like myself who are super into mid-range decks that you just can't win. Like a turn 2 edge champion with a cranial play equipped, you're like, well, are you serious?
Actually, I've been seeing so much less play. It's been so nice for us. People that play like real decks, like fair decks.
Yeah, which has been very, very fun. And generally, I'm not super unhappy sitting across from Affinity based on my deck selection. However, just the...
Do we have chat up, by the way?
Do we have chat up? That's a good question. I don't know. But...
I want to talk to the boys.
See what's going on.
And girls. I'm not going to... Magic is for both...
It's for everybody.
For everyone, yeah.
For everybody. However, statistics would say...
I don't see chat, so no.
We're being told it is not up on the laptop.
On the laptop. Okay. Sorry. And it was not up. It was on the deck list.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right, all 40 of you. What's up? How we all doing? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let's get 2 more. Get some memes in there.
Thumbs up, thumbs down to the Jace unbanning. We will be probably delving into this pretty heavily, I would say, after this match. We see one game is done, and we're not even 10 minutes in, so
yeah, we
can't imagine too much is going to be going on. I guess let's talk about this match a little bit more right now.
Yeah, there's definitely
sideboarding. Well, what are you thinking? Let's see, Mr. Herbers on the play. Affinity.
Guess what he's bringing
Game
in?
2.
Graph Digger's Cages.
He's bringing in Graph Digger's Cages. All right, that seems.
Yeah, I wonder if he has 2 or 3.
So, any other cards you can readily think of? I can see like if he has the Master of Ethereum's on the side, doing like a little swap of the Edge.
I mean, he could have Spell Pierces too.
He could have Spell Pierces as well.
Or Thoughtseize. I'm not sure. Interactive stuff.
Is Blood Moon a card you could see?
Jace Unbanned do. You know what? I 100% agree with you, and I think most people do. You know, that like having money and not using all their money.
Yes. I would say I'm okay with Bloodbraid Elf. I was kind of anticipating that. But Jace definitely rocked my world. I've been in... This is going to sound a little melodramatic, but I would say this week of school, I've been in...
Dude, I couldn't sleep really.
Anguish.
I mean, it's been it's just been like, it's been weird just because there's so much to think about because things change so much.
It feels like a dream.
All right, Billy, turn 2 Jason the Mind Sculptor. I like it as well, but at the same time...
How we turn tuning our Jason?
I mean, there's ways to turn 2 Jason the Mind Sculptor.
Are we just Simeon Spirit Guiding into Jace? That doesn't seem that good.
No, I mean, you can just go like Arbor Elf and like Utopia Sprawl shenanigans.
Ooh.
That's like that's what Turboland deck plays.
Blue-green Turboland.
The Turboland will probably be a deck. I don't think it'll be a great deck, but it'll be interesting. It is so up in the air. It is like literally Magic. No one knows at all what's gonna happen to Magic. There's so much to theory craft.
Yeah, we're definitely in a pretty volatile, I would say, kind of space right now for the modern metagame, which I know some people enjoy. I liked Modern. I'm a bit bummed.
I thought Modern was amazing the way it was. So really play whatever you want. He mulliganed that hand. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it wasn't a great hand. It wasn't that bad. It was like 2 lands and like I think it had a Ravager and a Vault Scourge and a few decent, like a little bit of a clock in there. So I may be looking for just some hate cards.
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
Maybe a little bit scared of the potential at a turn 2 kill. It's interesting to see like how much you
Saheeli is dead.
That.
No, don't even. What? Bobby, Saheeli is a dead deck.
That could be sweet though.
No, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'll minus my Saheeli on my Bloodbraid Elf combo.
Does that not work?
It does not work.
Oh, it's cast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
Unfortunately.
Cry every time.
I think Bloodbraid Elf is kind of medium as a card.
Yeah, I agree. I think people think it's a lot better than it actually is.
This hand's pretty medium too. Ooh, that was one of the worst draws. So he's got a pretty fast clock. Steel Overseer.
Steel Overseer on top.
All right, this is definitely a fast clock. He's gonna be able to turn 1 put a 2 Signal Pest in play and a Mem Knight for some pressure. Sideboard cards easier.
We're being told that Bloodbraid Elf lets you hit sideboard
this is true.
cards easier.
Well, that is a reason why cards like decks like Affinity get worse.
That is a factual statement.
Like Colgan's Man, the more you bring that in, like now all of a sudden your Gen decks have like 5 copies of Colgan's Man basically because you can Bloodbraid Elf into them very easily.
Now this feels pretty bad when you are on the draw against Affinity and they play 5 permanents on their
his next turn isn't going to be any easier for him. It's going to be. I don't know if we'll see his interaction, but he'll definitely casting the.
And I'm curious as to how much removal Mr. Tefft is going to have because I mean this Steel Overseer that's sitting on top is going to be.
They usually play Anger the Gods on the sideboard.
I did feel like I saw a Bontu's Last Reckoning as well as an Anger of the Gods when he was looking through cards.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many of either of those.
Yeah, probably not a lot. I guess a few.
Now he starts with the turn 1 Serum Visions.
His hand is not that good. Ooh, there's a Gorgios that got a lot better. Gorgios is the most powerful card in this deck. So
yeah, and that's why I was a little bit surprised to see him go for the Serum Visions instead of the Faithless Looting.
Well, he didn't have a Grishoalbrand in his hand yet, so he's not that excited to like really quickly Faithless Looting. He would like to hold that in his hand for when he draws a Grishoalbrand.
Okay, I think that's reasonable.
But there's going to be a lot of pressure. I don't know if he's going to have time.
Yeah, this is pedal to the metal. Let's go. Here's my hand. I've got a
oops.
I've got a Moxen in hand. That's not really going to do anything.
Okay, State Jones asked, what's more reasonable for Modern? Jason the Mind Sculptor or Preordain? I have my answer. You give me yours.
Being a human that has never played with either of those cards, I would probably guess Jace. I'm scared of combo decks, but I don't know.
I guess the question is what your definition of unreasonable is, but Preordain is dumber in the sense that
everybody's playing.
Everyone's playing it, but more just combo decks get infinitely better. And I think because turn 3 decks are way more common in period 8. Oh my god, Jeskai Synergy gets so good. I would love that format, but it wouldn't be for everyone, and I don't think it's what Wizard wants either.
I mean, I think.
Okay, interesting says he had a World Spine Worm in his hand and he decided to discard. I don't know if I agree with that.
So
he had. Okay, why would he do that? Because he could have just he has the he could have Glorious Vengeance for World Spine Worm this turn.
Yeah.
And then put him to 5, and we've been in a pretty good spot to actually.
And do those worm tokens have trample?
They do have trample.
Okay, actually.
I think he might have actually been in a good spot to win this game. I'm not sure. So how much damage would that be on the swing? That would be 3, 5, 7. But no, 4, 5. So you go to 1 if he did that. So I think he gets in a good spot. I think he should have done that.
With the activation, 1, 2,
yeah.
3, 4.
4 from Memnite, 2 from each Signal Pest.
Yeah, that's 8. And it's not like that man land is the Infector.
So interesting line. He could have definitely slammed that World Spine Worm.
World Worm is a
15/15 trample, so you'd go to 5 this turn.
And then make the 3 worm tokens.
Yes. Oh, you can't Glorious Vengeance. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. That's a legendary creature permanent. You're correct. I was thinking of the old Shallow Grave card that I saw play. Sorry. I'm totally wrong. Thank you. So this is also why the Omnath is better in some aspects.
So what does Mr. Tefft reasonably have to do to get out of here? Because even if he is able to muster up a Grishoalbrand and start going off, he may not even have enough.
Yeah, no, I think he's in pretty terrible space. He might be able to do it next turn though. I mean, it's honestly going to depend on what he draws off the Grishoalbrand, because he'll get 1 activation for sure. This is kind of how Grishoalbrand works, and then
based on an attack.
Yeah, on the attack, and then if he draws Nourishing Souls and just draws well off it, you can win. You can win off 1 activation. You just have to get lucky.
So, activate, get the token or get the dice ready, start stacking them. Probably gonna be.
It's gonna be 8.
Not super worth, but you know why not?
So putting the 1 is relevant here because a Nourishing Shoal only gets him 1 more activation instead of 2. So that's important. That he'll need like multiple Nourishing Souls to really go off here. He really had to get pretty lucky, and I'm not sure if he actually has that in play.
Is that a Collective Brutality? No,
yeah,
probably not going to do much.
No, it does. It is enough for him to put the Grishoalbrand to play because you need a way to discard a discard outlet.
Oh, okay.
And he has the Simian Spirit Guide to be able to do the Glorious Vengeance.
Oh,
I guess.
Actually,
already had the Grishoalbrand play. Okay, here we go.
Let's see.
So it's going to be a lot. Let's see what happens here. He's at 1, goes to 8, and also it gains him 2 life, which is relevant in case he needs to draw another 7. If he draws a Nourishing Shoal.
So he's sitting ever so precariously at 1. What if Mr.
Herbers was just there's a Nourishing Shoal.
Sitting on the
We're going to go it again. Laughs. No, you could have killed him last turn, but that'd be a world blur. Alright, well, he got step 1. He got a Nourishing Shoal. And another World Spine Worm. So if he draws not a Nourishing Shoal here, he'll be in great shape to go off.
Now
that would feel real bad for the Affinity player. That'd be bad beats.
Would this be a turn 4 kill then, or?
Yes, this is turn 4.
Okay, so he's not played a land yet.
He's not played a land yet.
So
what's he doing? He's exiling 3. Oh, nice.
Slicing it.
Yeah. Yeah, value. So now he's extra 3 mana, so this will help him do the Breach to get Board Briggs in play. So now he just really needs to draw Board Brig most. Or another Nourishing Shoal. So he's in great shape. He's definitely playing the odds well.
All right, let's see what the top of the deck yields.
Yeah.
Mr. Herbert.
So he's currently at 10 life.
Anxiously awaiting.
12 life. So he goes to 5. Got shot. Nice.
All right.
Ritual is good for comboing like this. They don't play that many.
Oh, he got
that's probably going to be a game.
Activation.
He's got 2 more activations, actually. Nourishing Soul gains you 11, so he's now he was with a 5 on that last activation. Yeah, it's rough.
You love to see it.
Nah, this game's over. Well,
and
he got pretty lucky on the first draw 7. I mean, it wasn't only that lucky. It was like probably like a coin flip or so.
Yeah, break down the math for us.
I mean, there's probably like 40 something cards in the deck, like low 40s, and you draw 7, draw 1 of that. It's like chances that would be like what 1. You keep going. Every kind of card changes
I'm
it.
not the math guy.
You kind of estimate like 1 to 39 or so.
He's got a Bontu's Last Reckoning too. You could if you wanted.
He doesn't have you'd have to Manamorphose and do it. I mean, the math is actually hard here because it changes based on every card you draw. So it's not as simple as just doing like simple combination math. I'm a stats guy, so I like math, but that one's not fun. All right, second draw 7.
So I believe he's looking for the actual kill condition.
There's no Nourishing Shoal.
But he's just going through,
yeah,
gaining a lot of life. I think he's about to.
Oops, he's got it all. You're not fizzling on 2 draw 7s. Does Grishoalbrand just fold the control? No. It's actually pretty interesting because you can Glorious Vengeance at instant speed. So you can try to combo off on both turns.
And the mind games.
Yeah.
And it's like end step, you go for the through the breach.
Yeah. And the way it works as well is you get to keep the creature for your combat if you go on end step.
And
I don't know if you guys know about that interaction. You know about that interaction? We talking about that?
Mm-hmm. Where it says in the next end step. So if you do it in an end step, it'll survive until the following end step. So you will still have it and be able to attack. I have had people against me playing like Scape Shift or something, and I'm on a blue, white, red variety, and they go for the end step through the breach, and I let it resolve, and then they're like, okay.
Nice.
And then they untap, and I'm like, all right.
Mind games.
Typically, they just do something also equally as unfair the following turn, and I die anyway, but
it's the small victories.
it is kind of fun. It's just a nice little story.
Oh, there's Barbarignos. That is game. How many? What do you got? Not like 34 life, 36, 40 life. Okay.
It doesn't even make him show him the lands.
I wonder if we
always
get,
make him show you.
Should we try to get another match on camera? That was a really fast match, guys.
I mean, we could talk a lot. Okay, so people in the chat, would you rather hear us rant and rave about the newest update to the modern format, or would you rather have us try to scour around for another match? Give it about 30 seconds here. In the meantime,
that was a fun match. I mean, that match went about when I expected.
I was thinking Affinity may be able to put up a little bit of a better fight.
I mean, it's mostly based on the inconsistency of the Grishoalbrand deck, because they're faster, and if they don't get a good hand, they don't get a good hand. But if they do, you know, Affinity's a little slow.
Are there good players there tonight?
We always have good players here at GameSwap Mason, Billy.
Come on, Bill. How dare you? No. What? Is that a draft?
I love the Toxahili. Wow, Healy's dead. Sorry.
Okay, people are just saying no.
Porque no los dos. Why not both? Yeah, I guess we could find another match. You might as well. I kind of want to commentate more on Magic.
I mean, the night is young, my dude.
Dude, we have like 35 40 minutes to get another match going.
Dude, I could talk about my boy Jace.
I know we could.
Long time.
We could also do it during another match. Let's see if our spotter can get a match that's easier. I would recommend if he could. I don't know if that's an easy thing to do, or we do that.
If you want to, you can start looking. In the meantime, we'll talk.
But I'm walking away.
Okay.
Cool.
So